Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another mini Mogul Monday. I'm Jerry Fetta, owner, founder, and CEO of the Wealth Dynamics brand. We're here with the one and only Sammy. Say what's up, Sammy.
Hey guys, what's up?
So we're going to be talking this week again about the way to happiness. We've been doing these every single week, and so we've got another one we're going to hit you with today. Sammy, do you want to tell everyone what today's is about?
Today is love and help children.
Boom. So, way to happiness, right? So that means there's a route, there's a pathway that we can follow, that if we follow it, we end up being happy, right? What does happiness mean, do you think, for most people?
Well, happiness is like a good feeling. That's what most people would say. Good feeling that is very good.
It's a good feeling that's very good. So by doing these things, you have good feelings that are very good. Now, this one talks about love and help children. Right now, one of the things that it says at the very beginning, if you have the book and you want to follow along, this is page 13. If you don't have it, I want you to hashtag the way to happiness in the comments. We'll send this out to you. But it says that today's children will become tomorrow's civilization. That's a pretty big statement, right?
Yeah.
What did that mean for you?
Well, that basically the children that you have today and how you'll treat them will be like the person you are right now.
Right.
But just in the future.
Right.
You'll become an adult as well. But it's also saying how basically the way you treat them. If you treat them bad, then it shows that the child in the future in the civilization may not be a great person.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that, with kids, and some people might not have kids. Like you might have maybe instead siblings or cousins, or maybe you've got friends that have kids, or maybe you do have kids. But I've noticed with kids, more gets taught than caught, right? Would you say that's true? You learn more by seeing what's happening versus people telling you what you should or shouldn't do? You're going to more notice, what are they actually doing? You think so? Yeah? So that's basically one of the things that says here is children, when they first come into the world, they have no real resources. So when you came into the planet, did you have a car yet?
No.
No, or a house or any of that stuff?
No, I just had me.
You just had you. So you have to make sure you take care of children, you provide these things because they really don't have another way. It's kind of as they learn, then they become more and more able to succeed and learn things and get good grades and get a good house and get a good car. But that's because of the things you do early on, right, to get them to that point.
Yep.
So what are some examples you think of ways that people can love and help children? What are some practical things we can do?
Well, first of all, give them a house, give them a roof, give them food. Don't let them starve. That's the first thing that comes in your mind.
Boom,
Don't
basics.
let them starve.
Okay.
Basics.
So the basics, let's say we have the basics in. Let's say that someone's watching and they're a parent and they've done that. They put a roof over their head, they feed their kids, the basics are in. What are some other ways you think are, especially from being a kid, some other ways that are very helpful for your loving, helping kids?
Well, besides just giving them a house to live and feeding them, of course it also matters the way you treat them. That's one of the most important things. The kid's probably not going to care at all if you give it a roof and food, but you treat it like a little speck of dirt. No.
Yeah.
So you want to treat it like it's your kid because it is.
Wiser words haven't been spoken on that. So this says also there's a method that is out there that in some magical way, unexplained, the nerves of the child will ripen as he or she grows older, and the result will be a moral, well-behaved adult. Although the theory is disproven with ease simply by noticing the large criminal population whose nerves somehow did not ripen, it is a lazy way to raise children and achieve some popularity. So what do you think about that? If you don't raise good kids, if you don't help kids, if you don't teach them, then what do they become as adults if they don't know right from wrong and they don't know good from bad, how to be successful or unsuccessful?
Well, they will just try their best to survive. And so, what do most people do when they're trying to survive but they don't have any money? Steal. The first thing that comes in your mind, steal. So they do exactly that because, of course, at least when you're a child, you learn that. You know that there's going to be robbers and that stuff. So
Yeah.
you just copy them.
So basically, if we don't raise kids, it kind of creates a future adult population of maybe people who are like criminals or uneducated or they don't have the best decision making.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. So guys, this is again, Love and Help Children. This is a great chapter inside The Way to Happiness. And one of the things that I like on here is it says a child is a little bit like a blank slate. So all you guys that are artists out there, if you're thinking of a blank slate, if you write the wrong things on it, it will say the wrong things. But unlike a slate, a child can begin to do the writing. The child tends to write what has already been written. Right, so think about that. If you're raising kids, it's kind of like writing. Whatever you put there is what it's going to be, and then it's going to continue to put more of the same, right? And that's our responsibility. Whether you're a parent, you're an adult, like you're in a world where there's kids, and that's the future of this world. Sammy, do you have any final thoughts on this topic?
Yes. So, besides just also treating them right, you also want to of course, give them tools that they need for life, like the sacred account.
Right. And that's part of it too. Yeah. Financial education, getting them a sacred account.
Yeah, also giving them life lessons.
Life lessons, sacred accounts. So the sacred account, where could they get one if they wanted to set one up? We actually have a client that they set up a sacred account for 2 of their kids the other day. So they have a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old that now are going to have sacred accounts. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So where can they get a sacred account?
Well, at wealthdynamics.com.
Go to wealthdynamics.com or sacredaccount.com. Do we have a fun fact today?
And fun fact, I might have.
Didn't you say something about dogs sweating?
Oh, yes. So, dogs and owls, I have to add the owls,
Of course.
don't sweat. They pant, because that's basically a replacement for sweating. Since they can't sweat and they can't get out the heat, and their way of doing it is to pant. So when your dog is sticking out his tongue, he's basically sweating like you, except he's doing it with his tongue. As well as an owl. I've seen an owl do it. I went to a park once where the owl was, and it was just like, it was here in Florida. So owls can pant, if you were wondering.
I think they were. That's it. That's all we have for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Again, comment The Way to Happiness if you'd like us to send a copy of this out to you. We'll see you next time.